So my name is Sandra. I'm 47 years old. I compete in powerlifting in the 60 kilogram weight class. My best lifts are squat at 209 pounds. My bench is sitting at 126 in competition, 126 pounds, and my deadlift is 293 pounds. The reason I got into strongman lifting was that I started working in a gym where these implements are available. And I was trying to think of a way to kind of fine-tune who I am as a trainer. And I looked around, I saw these implements, and I thought, well, why aren't I using these to facilitate my own strength and to get that into other people? Strongman lifting is lifting. If you can pick something up, whether you're a 92-year-old grandma or you're a 16-year-old kid, like, it's all about lifting and just moving things around. So I like to teach movement. I like people to live well and move well and function well. And it just so happens that using strongman implements or powerlifting in the sense of the bench press, the deadlift, the squat, all this, it's just about life. I think my favorite kind of reflection on all that is I look at the squat rack. And to me, that bar is everything that weighs me down, whether it's obligations or responsibilities or work, relationships, anything that I have to kind of work with is what sits on my back. And sometimes it's not heavy on my back and it's pretty easy to work with, and other times it's heavy and it really pushes me down. And I find if I can own that weight and drive into it, then I can work with it easier and it becomes lighter. And I can work with that in my own life as well, where if I own the issues and things that I've got to work with, I can deal with it better. And sometimes that weight pushes me to the floor and it holds me there. And then when I drive out, I've made true strength. And it's those times where I found that things are the heaviest and the hardest to work through, like the bottom of the squat and driving out of the hole. That's where I get the most strength from it. So it's been really cool how I've been actively pursuing things that challenge me and make me have to work, rather than just kind of sliding through life, and if everything's going good, that's okay. Now I look for opportunities to face a challenge and see how I can rise up to that. And sometimes it knocks me out and it's really hard to work with, and other times I get to push back and I see my strength increase. So 3 months ago I decided that I should try a strongman. And with competing, that was a new idea. It was something that I didn't think I could do. It was something that was outside of my reach that, yeah, I could kind of do it, but I don't know if I'm ready for that. So when the time came to commit to something, whether yes or no, that kind of freaked me out, because now I have to commit to the training to do it. So it's been a pretty rushed 3 months of getting into this and going forward. The training's been harder in the sense of more complex moves. It takes more out of me. I've had to sleep more, I've had to eat more. The recovery has just been super important for me to do. And I'm kind of nervous in that, did I do enough? I think that question is always there. Did we do enough to prepare for where we're going? And I think that if we have and we know, then maybe that challenge isn't big enough. Maybe we need to sit on the edge of I'm not quite sure, because that makes us go into that challenge going, I've got to be on my game to do this. If I go in cocky and I've got this, then I don't think it was big enough. I think we need to go after things that are super big challenges to make us be on and be in the moment and be there and not just let things slide by. So I'm super nervous about this, but I've got to stay in the moment and just go, I've trained and I'm just going to use it. I'm not going to get any stronger overnight. I just need to use what I've got, trust that process that I've talked about, that you've got to do the steps to get where you're going, and know that I've done those steps and now I just get to put it all into practice. small person in a big person's sport, I find it easy to be intimidated by all of this. The weights are heavy, people are big, the moves are big, but you break it down to it's still lifting objects and it's still doing what I can do within that. And I think that's something to realize, that when we face, whether it's this physical challenge, maybe somebody's thinking about moving into doing training and they haven't trained before, they want to try powerlifting or they want to try strength sports. I think it's important to realize that there's going to be that point where you question if you can do it, where you have days of wondering, what on earth did I decide I was going to do? And can I push through? Because again, it'd be easier if I stopped, if we took away the things in life that are kind of hindering us on where we want to go and take that out and just say, I'm just done with it. I think it's important to realize that that stuff comes up to make us stronger and that we need those challenges. That if there's something that you want to do, you need to go ahead and do it. And I mean, I'm speaking here in the sense of doing a physical sport, but you could apply that at anything, that if it makes your heart happy to do, then pursue that. If it's big enough, it's gonna be scary, and that's okay, because if it's small enough, you would have done it already.